the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you very much for joining me. Tonight, I'm your host. My name is KR Stolfus as we get ready to fire off another great race provided to us by the guys at Racing for a Cause Vaportrail Clothing Cup Series. We're here at Iowa tonight for the Field of Dreams. Drivers getting ready to go qualifying here in about 3 seconds. Everyone trying to get the last few laps in or have to lay down their qualifying lap. And thank you for joining us. Hope everyone is strapped in and holding on tight for what is going to be a great race here at the Iowa at night. Drivers starting to take to the track. Newcomer here tonight with the Racing for a Cause guys, Ian Sykes in the 80 machine out on track. Is listed as Joe in iRacing. His name is calling for tonight. 80 machine getting into the wall, coming off of turn number 4 there to start his qualifying lap. Another driver, no stranger to Racing for a Cause group. Matthew Spinks in the 35 machine. Running the Kerry Sinise Foundation, blue and white. Heavy Camaro. 35 going around. We have several drivers posting some qualifying times. Right now, it looks like Troy Radford that is Tyler Hilton in the 82 machine on a pole position with a 21.272. Bobby Summers sitting in second place. Summers in that 23 machine. Never lift. Like it. Summers shutting it down. Laps. 17 of AJ Rogers out on track. Rogers right now finds himself in 7th place on the speed charts. '94 machine of Troy Radford taking it out on track now as well. Not quite the field here tonight at Iowa. Racing for Cause group. Always growing, always looking to promote a good cause. 94. Got a couple kidneys on that thing and the evidence-based mommy. Dad Meadows in the 3, currently smashing the wall, finding himself in 12th place on the speed charts. And Justin Rigsby tagging the wall. He's also going to go for a spin. 99 machine. Gonna go up in smoke. Dustin Ping in the 9. Right now he finds himself in 3rd. Before the moment, our pole sitter is the 94 of Troy Radford. Of Doug Wysocki, making it down on track to climb all over that black with a blue roof. Dustin German in the 28. It's our TV network on the hood of that thing. Driver for Smoke Show Racing. We get into the final minute of qualifying. Had 17 drivers take a time. Have Dustin been out on track right now. Doug Wysocki, both of those drivers have registered time. And with that being said, we're going to step away, play our national anthem. We'll be back to bring you the starting lineup of tonight's race.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to set up our starting lineup for tonight's event. Tonight's race brought to you by Scott Naslin. This is the Field of Dreams at Iowa. Thank you very much, Scott. Peace. Our Racing for a Cause drivers out on grid. Roy Radford in the 94 machine and Justin Rigsby in the 99, making up row number 1. Row 2 will be the 88 of Dale Osbin and the 9 of Dustin Ping. Row 3 will be the 82 of Tyler Hilton and the 23 of Bobby Summers. Row 4 will be the 55 of Steve Baker and the 35 of Matthew Spinks. Row 5 will be Ian Seitz and A.J. Rogers in the 17. Row 6 will be the 85 of Jeffrey Stiles and the 8 of Doug Johnson. Row 7 will be the 3 of Chad Meadows and the 6 of Eric Blount. Row 8 will be the 70 of Andy Lambert and the 45 of Doug Wysocki. Row 9 will be the 22 of John Johnson and the 21 of Christopher Spencer. Row 10, the 28 of Dustin German and the 51 of Dylan Blankenship. Row 11 will be the 57 of Damon Cox and the 4 of Mike Massengill. And row 12 will be the 47 of Ray Bradford. That makes up our Racing for a Cause Vaportrail Cup Series starting lineup. Lights have gone out on pace car. to get ready to go green flag racing here tonight. Special shout out and thank you to everyone joining us on YouTube. Greatly appreciate everyone joining me here tonight. The drivers are gonna put on a heck of a show here. This Racing for a Cause group full of talented drivers, but only one person gonna win it here tonight. As the pace car goes down and away, we get ready to go green flag racing. And there it is, green flag is out. Troy Radford and Justin Rigsby drag race down into turn number 1. Dale Osmond in the 88, wasting no time trying to make a peek to the inside. Gonna slide up into third. Justin Rigsby in the 99 with a heck of a run up off the corner. He's gonna challenge for the race lead right from the get-go and makes the move. Rigsby to the front, Radford into second. Here comes the 88 of Dale Osmond challenging for second place. But Justin Rigsby in the 99 gonna lead the first lap of tonight. Dustin Ping falling into fourth place in the 9 machine as he makes a move to the inside of Dale Osmond. And Bobby Summers in the 23 gonna round out your top 5 for the moment. We're working lap number 3 here very quickly. These laps are clicking off. 21.460 last time by for our race leader. Dustin Ping in the 9, taking a look to the inside of Dale Osmond. Nothing there just yet, but Justin Rigsby is already trying to check out. Got a big gap as Radford in the 94 gets into the wall a little bit, loses his momentum and really losing some ground here. Maybe 2 spots in this corner. Osmond moving into second place. Dustin Ping on the inside. A lot of sparks flying as these cars work their way through turn 1. Got to work their way over the bumps. Bobby Summers in the 23 with some problems. Summers losing a lot of ground. Doug Wysocki gonna have to take evasive action, so does Dustin German. 3 wide into turn 1, Eric Blount in the middle there. But that 23 machine continuing to fall back. Bobby Summers now all the way down into 17th spot. He has dropped a lot of positions here very quickly. Meanwhile, up front, Dale Osmond in the 88, closing in and making a pass for the lead. Down to the inside goes the 88, and Dale Osmond wants a piece of the action. Drag race down the backstretch into turn 3 they go. Justin Rigsby not giving up the lead just yet. And Rigsby gonna lead that lap, but Dale Osmond putting on a lot of pressure right here. Rigsby hanging tough on that outside lane. That outside lane really is hard to beat here at Iowa. You get such a good run coming up off the corner, and Justin Rigsby using that higher lane to his advantage is going to keep the 88 at bay for the moment, but this is a 3-car battle for the race lead. Your top 3 are right there. That is Justin Rigsby, Dale Osmond, and Dustin Ping. Again, Dale to the inside, again trying to make something happen coming up off the corner, but Rigsby too strong on that outside lane and fends him off for now. Matthew Spinks in the 35, riding the back bumper of the 82 of Tyler Hilton. That is a battle for 6th place. Meanwhile, Doug Johnson on the inside of the 21 of Christopher Spencer. Spencer making the pass on the outside. Spencer now moving into 10th spot. And here comes the 28 of Dustin German now to try and make a move on the outside of Johnson. And Dustin German in the 28 machine gonna complete the pass here, put Dustin into 11th spot. Meanwhile, the troubles continue for the 23 of Bobby Summers. He has now fallen all the way to 21st spot after starting near the front. So some issues for the 23 here in the early going, but a lot of laps left here in this event. 175 laps are scheduled distance. Oh, as the 23 almost got into Meadows. Summers kept it off. Chad Meadows and Bobby Summers found a way to keep their cars straight. But side-by-side racing here at Iowa is something we will see all night long, as the 21 of Spencer now works his way past the 85 of Jeffrey Stiles. Stiles not giving up that easy though. He's going to make a move on the outside, not able to make it stick. Spencer with a good run up off the corner and moves Spencer now into 9th place. But Christopher Spencer marching his way to the front here in the early stages of tonight's event. Started 23 cars tonight. One driver who has gone behind the wall here, that is Ian Seitz in the 80 machine, making his debut race with Racing for a Cause. And now behind the wall, we'll see if Ian can get back out there tonight in a short debut race. If he cannot, checking back in with the battle at the front. It remains unchanged. Justin Rigsby in the 99, who has led all of our 18 completed laps so far. Dale Osmond in the 88 sitting in 2nd place. But now the 94 of Troy Radford has regained some ground, moved into 3rd. Dustin Ping in the 9 has fallen to 5th place. Steve Baker in the 55 machine right now finds himself in 4th. Go on aboard with Steve Baker. And I gotta say, this Iowa Speedway is one of my favorite tracks here in iRacing. It's got a good short track feel, but it is not such a short track that you want to try and hold the bottom. You see drivers all night long running high, middle, low, 3 to 4 lanes of racing here at Iowa. Always puts on a good show. One of my favorite tracks. Can't say that enough. Really enjoy Iowa. Right now, the 55 of Steve Baker finding himself in 4th place, trying to close in on our race leaders. Eric Blount in the 6, almost getting into the 45 of Doug Wysocki. Both drivers keeping it straight. That is a battle for 13th and 14th spot. Right now, Wysocki in the 45, holding on to 13th place. Christopher Spencer in the 21, making a move on Matthew Spink. Spencer still charging to the front. He has now moved himself into 7th place. So Spencer started 18th and has wasted no time. Now he's going to make a move to the inside of Tyler Hilton. Hilton going way up. Looks like maybe a little bit of contact as they got into the corner. Tyler able to save it though. No cautions. We have been green for the first 25 laps of tonight's event. Doug Johnson to the inside of Jeffrey Stiles. Stiles in the 85, Johnson in the 8. AJ Rogers in the 17, right in front of him. Rogers rounds out the top 10. The 85 machine looks like he's going to try and take that away. A lot of laps here at Iowa remaining. 175 laps our scheduled distance. I keep saying that because I keep forgetting it. Maybe if I repeat it enough times, I'll remember. I don't know. We'll see. Damon Cox in the 57, under pressure from the 22 of John Johnson. Cox has moved forward a little bit since the drop of the green flag. Started in 21st spot, right now finds himself in 16th. Tucked in right behind the 70 machine of Andy Lambert. Lambert about ready to lose the spot as Cox gets a good run on him. But nothing there. Cox going to try again down the backstretch and makes a move down to the inside. Didn't get the power down that he needed to complete the pass as Andy Lambert now dives down to the inside of Doug Wysocki, and they almost touch as Lambert washed up. Lambert had to lift. He's going to lose his momentum. Cox is going to go around the outside. Johnson in the 22 around the outside. Lambert trying to stem the bleeding. Slides up in front of the 51 of Dylan Blankenship. And a Bobby Summers, who dropped all the way back to 21st spot, now has regained some lost ground, finds himself sitting in 19th place. Watching this all take place. We go on aboard with the 23 of Summers. Summers going to try and make it 3 wide down on the bottom. He's got a good run on the 51 of Blankenship. Oh man, Summers almost got into Blankenship there. Meanwhile, checking in at the front, Troy Radford has moved into second place. Dale Osmond in the 88 falls to third. And the 94 in hot pursuit of the 99. Meanwhile, the 47 of Ray Radford in a 22nd spot is in danger of going a lap down here. Miss Linda has asked what the fuel window is, and I gotta tell you, Miss Linda, they did not give me that information. We're gonna find out together. Grigsby, who has led all the laps so far, starting to feel the pressure from the 94 of Troy Radford. Mike Massengill now the last car on the lead lap. Massengill in the 4 machine. Driver for the Blackhawk Motorsports. So on aboard with the 4 machine. Looking out the back, you can see our race leaders closing in on him. Meanwhile, the march of Christopher Spencer continues at 21 machine. Right now, finding himself in the top 5. He has wasted no time working his way through this field here at Iowa. And Steve Baker, very shortly here, is going to come under attack as Spencer gets a good run off of turn 4. It's to that back bumper of Baker in the 55, and now Spencer down to the inside. Can he get a run? Up off the corner, not enough there to make the pass, but he is now going to move to the inside. Baker's going to go way up high to try and defend, get the run up off the corner he needs, and Baker for the moment does hold off Spencer. Spencer had to lift just a little bit to keep from getting into Steve. Dale Osmond, meanwhile, going to dive down to the bottom. And really is going to slow up there. The 88 going to lose 2 spots in one corner. Now Dale Osmond finds himself in 5th place. Got a few drivers hitting pit road. Ray Radford on pit road. Tyler Hilton on pit road. And Mike Massengill on pit road. The green flag pit stops happening here on lap 44. But Rigsby and Radford continue to cycle around. 21.460, Justin Rigsby's fastest lap. Last time by was a 23.025. And the caution flag is going to come out. Doug Johnson in the 8 machine, pointed to the infield. He has found trouble here at Iowa. Go to our turn 3 instant replay. And it looks like the 8 machine of Johnson, trying to slow up to get onto pit road, is going to just scrape that inside wall, but he came back up the track. And that is going to create the caution here tonight for the 8 machine. But the field caught up behind the pace car. We're going to see green flag pit stops. Wow. Green flag pit stops with the caution out. Oh my goodness. Oh. So, Racing for a Cause will be looking for a new broadcaster if you're interested. And then your talent tapes. Bradford at, I don't know, whatever his email is. Rigsby leads the field down pit road. Dale Osmond in the 88 not coming down pit road as he has already made his pit stop. We'll have to wait for the wave around from the pace car. Several drivers who had made green flag pit stops be trapped behind the pace car and our race leader Justin Rigsby in the 99 wins the race off of pit road. Meanwhile, the 28 of Dustin German being scored as the race leader here. He is going to come down pit road along with the 8 of Doug Johnson and the 9 of Dustin King. With that being said, guys, we're going to take a quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Iowa Speedway. Thank you for joining us as the Racing for a Cause presented by Vaportrail Clothing. Here to do the Field of Dreams 175 at Iowa. Tonight's race is also brought to you by the Evidence-Based Mommy Parenting from Love, Empathy, and Science. And also Hilton Designs. Few drivers caught behind the pace car and our race leader. One of those is on the lead lap. That is the 88 of Dale Osmond. Mike Massengill in the 4 and Ray Radford the 47. Those drivers are 1 and 2 laps down respectively. Dale taking the wave around in the 88 machine. Got caught out by that caution as he was on pit road there. So a little bit of an unlucky break for him. But the field lines up behind the pace car. Justin Rigsby in the 99. Troy Radford in the 94. Going to make up row number 1 for this restart. Row 2 will be the 55 of Steve Baker and the 21 of Christopher Spencer. We get ready to go green flag racing. Pace car down and away. And Justin Rigsby in control of the field. Our Legacy Foundation on that 99 machine as the green flag comes out. And the drivers get on the accelerator and we are down and away into turn 1 once again. Rigsby sliding up in front of the 94. Meanwhile, Spencer in the 21 machine making a move to the inside of Baker. Spencer trying to break into the top 3. Steve Baker holding him off for the moment. The 17 of AJ Rogers finding himself rounding out our top 5. And here comes Eric Blount in the 6. Blount with a good pit stop in recovery, or I shouldn't say recovery, but just a good pit stop coming out with a lot of positions gained. We'll see if the 6 can capitalize on this momentum from his pit crew. Maybe try and challenge here, break into the top 5. He is closing in on the 17 of AJ Rogers. Meanwhile, the 28 of Dustin German trying to find a way around the 45 of Doug Wysocki. The 88 of Dale Osmond trying to make the pass on Bobby Summers in the 23. Osmond on the inside. That sun drop green and a little less green with some more yellow added to it. 88 machine. Trying to work his way back to the front as timing caught him out here. Matthew Spinks in the 35 machine, finding himself in 7th place with the 85 of Jeffrey Stiles right behind him in 8th. Meanwhile, Justin Rigsby in the 99. Continues to lead. Has led all the green flag laps here so far. 94, Troy Radford taking a look to the inside. Nothing there for him just yet. I look down our running order, 19 cars on the lead lap. Chad Meadows in the 3 machine is running in 19th place. He is the last car on the lead lap. We have cars that are off the lead lap. Doug Johnson holding on to 20th spot. The first car 1 lap down in the 8 machine. Mike Massengill in the 4, finding himself in 21st. And the 47 of Ray Radford running in a 22nd spot. 1 car out of the race. That is Ian Seitz. Looks like maybe Ian not able to return back to the track. He is now 59 laps down. Christopher Spencer, our hard charger so far, finding himself in 4th place. Started in 18th, has made it into the top 5, and here he sits in 4th, stalking the 55 of Steve Baker. Our top 5 looks like Roy Radford in the 94 has just made the pass on the 99 of Justin Rigsby. The Rigsby falls to 2nd. Steve Baker in 3rd. 4th place Spencer and AJ Rogers rounds out your top 5. Our top 4 though all right there, trying to run away with this one. Radford in the 94 now has the race lead. Eric Blount in the 6 making a move on the 17 of AJ Rogers, side by side up off of turn 2. Rogers running that high line. He's going to be hard to pass when he's up in that high lane. Blount not able to do it. Has to lift a little bit. That's going to allow Spinks in the 35 to get by him on the outside. Blount hanging tough on that inside lane, trying to mount a charge back up to where he was. It's a good run through the middle of 3 and 4, but Spinks gets a better run. Spinks closes in very quickly. Blount has to lift again up off of turn 4, and he is going to fall behind the 85 of Styles. Meanwhile, Dustin German in the 28 machine, the only one of the drivers who came down pit road after leading a lap during that caution, to the inside of Dylan Blankenship. There's battles taking place all over this track. And not a cars here. That's the 57 of Damon Cox. Andy Lambert in the 70. Tyler Hilton in the 82. Bobby Summers in the 23. Don Johnson in the 22. We go on board with the 22 of Johnson. Johnson to the inside of Lambert. I'm sorry, Summers to the inside of Lambert. John Johnson thought about trying to make it 3 wide. Wasn't able to get there. Roy Radford, your race leader, has been out front for 8 laps in total so far. Dustin Rigsby led for 62 laps. A very quick opening segment. have only had one caution so far tonight. Starting to see drivers coming down pit road around the lap 44 or so. Right now we're working the lap 26 since the last time our leaders were on pit road. Wow. We are looking at a knot of cars. Eric Blount to the inside of Styles. Spinks was trying to make a move, but Blount shut the door as he made his move to the inside. That is the 28 of Dustin German as well in this mix. Dustin Ping in the 9 and Dylan Blankenship as they almost got together coming up off of turn 4. And the 88 of Dale Osmond, who had to take the wave around, trying to close up some ground here. That 88 machine now has got to be very careful how he works his way through this field. And Osmond in the 88 with a good run on the outside of the 9. Dustin Ping, though, not letting him get away, as this is a huge battle here. A lot of cars involved in this one. AJ Rogers in the 17 machine. He is in 5th place. Dustin German in 6th. 85 of Styles finding himself right now in 7th place. Eric Blount in 8th. Taking a peek to the inside. And Dale Osmond now back into the top 10. Finds himself in 9th place. Trying to pick his way carefully through this field. That 88 has a solid car underneath him tonight. But getting caught out with that caution as he was on pit road when that yellow flew. Dustin German moves into 5th place and wastes no time pulling away from the 17 of AJ Rogers. Dale Osmond in the 88 gets his move made on the 6 of Blount, now dives down to the inside of the 85 of Styles. Rogers in that blue and orange 17 machine. Osmond in the 88 now making a move to the inside of the 85. And Dale Osmond in the 88 machine, if you got a good run through the middle of the corner on exit, might have an opportunity here to pass AJ Rogers and clear him up off of turn 4, and he does. And the 88 moves into 6th place, but Rogers in the 17 trying to do the crossover. And the 17 machine on the inside can't get the power down. Dale Osmond pins him off with a good run off of turn 2. So move Dale solidly into 6th place. Meanwhile, Dustin Ping now making a move to the inside of Styles. Eric Blount in the 6 going way up high. That's going to allow the 51 of Blankenship to get a run on him down on the inside. We have been watching the battle here at the middle of the field. Meanwhile, the 94 of Troy Radford has opened up a 1-second gap on the 99 of Justin Rigsby. as we're just a handful of laps away from starting to see some green flag pit stops. Back to this battle we go. Oh, it's the 51 of Blankenship, hard into the wall. Dylan Blankenship in the 51, got into the wall off of turn number 4. Gathers it back in before he got down into the grass and out of shape any further. But that cost him some spots. You can see he has pancaked the right side of that 51 machine. John Johnson in the 22 going to make a move to the inside. And Johnson in to 13th place now. Steve Baker, who has closed in on the 99, and Justin Rigsby. That is a battle for second place. Right now, Rigsby holds on to second. Baker in the 55 in third. We are past the halfway point. We're working lap 90 of 175. And Troy Radford continues to open up his lead in that 94 machine. Justin Rigsby led for 62 laps. And then Troy Radford took over that top spot and has led for the last 27 laps. John Johnson, Tyler Hilton going at it here. That is a battle for 12th and 13th place. Eric Blount in the 6th, battling with A.J. Rogers in the 17. So far, this race has only been slowed by one caution. And that is the beauty of Iowa. You got all this room to run. It feels like a short track. You drive it like a short track, but you have all the room of a large track. As you see the 17 and the 35 kind of in the middle through turns 1 and 2. Blount in the 6 with a good run there. The 22 of John Johnson making a move. Johnson moves into the top 10. We have a lot of drivers coming to down pit road. Green flag pit stops sneaking up on us here. Roy Radford in the 94. Steve Baker in the 55. They are on pit road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars on pit road on that lap. But the 99 of Rigsby stayed out. He's going to have to respond to everyone hitting pit road here. And here comes the 99. The Rigsby maybe getting caught off guard for his pit stop. The 85 of Styles stays out. And Jeffrey Styles in the 85 machine. He did beat Rigsby to the line. So Jeffrey Styles leading his first lap of the race. But when will the 85 hit pit road? Stays out for another lap led. Of the drivers who pitted, Troy Radford in the 94 holds on to that top spot. Steve Baker in the 55 was able to get on and off pit road very quickly and efficiently and close the gap to what could be our race leader when this all cycles through of the 94 Troy Radford. So we have Eric Blount on pit road, Matthew Spinks in the 35 on pit road, Dylan Blankenship in the 51, and the 82 of Tyler Hilton. The 4 more cars making their pit stops, and the yellow flag is going to fly with the 85 of Jeffrey Stiles, not yet coming down pit road. And I believe something that's happened to the 23 of Bobby Summers. We go to our turn 3 instant replay. Let's see what happened. 23 gonna tag the apron, gets crossed up, and goes for a spin and slides up onto the racing surface. And that is gonna bring out the yellow here once again in the middle of green flag pit stops. So the 85 of Jeffrey Stiles and the 3 of Chad Meadows, the only 2 drivers to not hit pit road when that caution came out. So the field is going to be jumbled up. The Stiles led for 4 laps there. Tyler Hilton in the 82 going to make his way onto pit road. And now, as the field tries to catch up, this yellow has thrown our running order into chaos. So Troy Radford going to catch up to the field here. And while we sort this out, we're going to step away for a moment. We'll be right back to give you our starting lineup for the Racing for a Cause Vaportrail Cup Series Field of Dreams at Iowa 175. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Iowa. As the lights have gone out on the pace car, several drivers taking the wave around as the caution flag flew once again in the midst of green flag pit stops. Our race leader being scored as the 85 of Jeffrey Styles. Chad Meadows in the 3 machine right now, scored in second. 17 of AJ Rogers is 1 lap down by our score sheet. He is not taking the wave around. Lights are still on the pace car, or off on the pace car, so maybe a race admin control here. Drivers to stay single file. Looks like maybe it was a single file restart. So AJ Rogers on the outside trying to stay on the lead lap. Styles in the 85, your race leader. Doug Wysocki in the 45 machine. First car 1 lap down. Sorry for the confusion there, but our last restart was a double file restart, and everyone now here is gone single file. We are green flag racing. And Styles in the 85 is your race leader, AJ Rogers. Right in front of him is the last car on the lead lap. Tyler Hilton in the 82 machine finds himself in second place, but maybe not for long as the 94 Troy Radford trying to make a move to the inside of him. Doug Wysocki in the 45 right now in 17th place. Trying to stay on the lead lap. Or I'm sorry, he is trying to stay as the first car 1 lap down. But Jeffrey Styles in the 85 catching that big break from that caution. He had stayed out, had not come down pit road yet. One of 2 cars to not complete that green flag cycle when the caution flew for the 23 of Bobby Summers getting sideways. And Styles taking full advantage of that as the 85 is your race leader. Styles to the inside of Rogers. Rogers trying to stay on the lead lap. Here comes the 82 of Tyler Hilton. Hilton would like to pick up a lap lead here tonight. We were a little rushed, we didn't show it, but our point standings for tonight as they come into the event. Steve Baker leading the point standings. Dale Osmond in second, Troy Radford in third. But Tyler Hilton came into tonight 11th in points. The 82 machine down to the inside. He's going to make contact with Styles in the 85, and somehow Styles saves it with style. That 85 machine keeps it off the wall. Unfortunately, he is going to lose a lot of ground. He falls to 6th place. But what a save by the 85. And he lives to fight another day. The 85 gathers that car back in, falls to 6th place, catches his breath and gets back on the throttle and gets back out there. But Tyler Hilton in the 82 machine, your race leader now, as the 99 of Justin Rigsby to the inside of Troy Radford. And Christopher Spencer in the 21 gonna make it 3 wide coming off a turn 4. Ooh, with Tyler Hilton the meat in the middle of that sandwich. And Spencer into 3rd place. And now Spencer going after Justin Rigsby. He wants 2nd. That is a man on a mission. That 21 machine has been steadily marching to the front. Ooh, as Steve Baker makes a move to the outside of Spencer. And Baker now has the momentum in his favor down the front stretch, coming up off of turn number 2. Baker's gonna steal that one away. So Steve Baker into 3rd, Spencer into 4th. Hilton falls to 5th place. And Troy Radford in the 94 machine, your race leader once again. So this has been a wild restart. And a wild few laps since the restart. But Troy Radford out front. Justin Rigsby in the 99 in 2nd. AJ Rogers finding himself in 16th place. The first car 1 lap down. He is battling in the midst of these leaders, trying to stay in contention for this race. I'm still confused as to what the situation was on that restart. Why the 17 didn't take the wave around, why we stayed single file. Not 100% sure on everything that went down there. Sure, I'll get the 411, the short and skinny of it in the race debrief. But unfortunately, that's just going to be a mystery for us here tonight. Spencer in the 21 making a move to the inside of Tyler Hilton. Spencer is losing some ground since he was trying to battle for 2nd place with Justin Rigsby. Spencer now falling to 7th place. Tyler Hilton in the 82. Into 4th, Styles in 5th. Steve Baker into 3rd in the 55 machine. Justin Rigsby just ahead of him, that 99 finding itself in 2nd place. But our race leader is the 94 of Troy Radford. Rigsby led for 64 laps. Troy Radford has led for 39. Styles in the 85 machine led for 18 laps. But the kidney.org evidence-based mommy machine, despite all the confusion, finds a way to the front once again. He is looking at a whole lot of clean track in front of him and pulling away from our 2nd place of Justin Rigsby. You have a few cars that have dropped out of the event. Ford in 20th spot. It's the 23 of Bobby Summers. Andy Lambert in the 70 machine scored in 21st. Ray Radford in the 47 will be 22nd. Ian Seitz in the 80 will be 23rd. Eric Blount in the 6 to the inside of the 3 of Chad Meadows. Blount with a run up off the corner, but Meadows with a better run down the backstretch. 9 of Dustin Ping right there as well. The 35 of Matthew Spinks. That is a battle for 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. The 45 of Doug Wysocki is a car that is 1 lap down, scored in 17th place. As Ping in the 9 takes a peek to the inside of Meadows. Nothing there just yet. The 35 of Spinks getting into the wall, coming off of turn number 4. The 88 of Dale Osmond, meanwhile, finding himself tucked in behind the 85 of Jeff Stiles. Making a move to the inside, not able to get the run up off the corner he needed. 17 of AJ Rogers, still the first car 1 lap down. Have 15 cars on the lead lap. We have a 3-car battle for second place. That is the 55 of Steve Baker, the 82 of Tyler Hilton. And the man in second place, that is the 99 of Justin Rigsby. Rounding out your top 5, the 28 of Dustin German finding himself in 5th place as the caution flag's going to come out. The 35 of Spinks, once again finding trouble coming off of turn number 4. Go to our turn 3 instant replay. Find out what happened to this 35 machine of Spinks and the 22 of John Johnson. We're going to make a little bit of contact coming up off of 4. Spinks goes for a gentle spin. No other cars involved. This time the yellow flag flying not in the midst of green flag pit stops, but we were getting close to them. As the drivers make their way down pit road, Troy Radford leading all our drivers who are on the lead lap. And Radford slides into his pit box. Rigsby right behind him. This is going to be a good race off of pit road. Very possibly the final stop of the race. And Troy Radford going to win it. But the 94 with some issues. Maybe he got caught speeding onto pit road. And so the 82 of Tyler Hilton going to come out with the race lead. Justin Rigsby in the 99 lost a ton of spots. So the 99 came into pit road in 2nd, but leaves in 6th. And Troy Radford entered as the race leader, but has to wait until the 21 of Christopher Spencer passes him. That will put Radford all the way down into 15th spot, maybe even 16th. But Tyler Hilton gonna come out smelling like a rose from these pit stops. Dustin German gaining some ground as well. He finds himself in second place. Now that we do have a break in the action, we could properly go through our point standings here tonight. Steve Baker came into tonight with a 355 points accumulated throughout the season. Dale Osmond just 7 points behind him. Baker right now running in third, Osmond in fourth. Troy Radford came into tonight third in the point standings, but he has lost a lot of ground with a mistake on pit road. Justin Rigsby in fourth, and Dustin German rounds out your top 5 in our point standings. Points for tonight presented by Hilton Designs. The season is drawing to a close. It is race 10 of 12. We will be off the next 2 weeks. First week for Thanksgiving. The next week will be iRacing's week 13. You follow iRacing, week 13 is a good time to go outside, catch some air, as a whole lot of insanity ensues during week 13. That is when iRacing patches over its next build. Servers are typically unstable, so a lot of leagues take off week 13. Good move here by Racing for a Cause. But we will have 2 weeks off. We will resume at Homestead for the Mission 22-135. That will be December 10th. Hope you all join us for that race, but here we go. Getting ready to go green flag racing once again. Pace car down and away. Tyler Hilton hits on the throttle and gets a good restart as he has got a clean break into turn 1, but Steve Baker in the 55 making a move on his teammate Dustin German. And German moves into second place. Or holds on to second place, I should say. Baker in that 55 machine into third, with Dale Osmond in fourth. Justin Rigsby in the 99 moves into fifth place. Eric Blount in the 6, making a move on the inside of the 35 of Spinks. And I have no idea what that was. The caution flag has come out. And I'm not sure what the caution flag is for, but the 51 of Dylan Blankenship is on pit road. So let's go to our turn 3 instant replay and see what happened. Blankenship in the 51 and Christopher Spencer in the 21 make contact, and Blankenship getting into the wall, and Mike Massengill with nowhere to go gets into him. We go on aboard with the 4 of Massengill. Heavy damage on the 4 machine. So again, drivers on the pit road. But not everyone hitting pit road. Troy Radford in the 94 gonna stay out. AJ Rogers in the 17 stays out. We are looking at about 31 laps to go. Oh man, I don't know what to say about this Iowa race. I am at a loss for words as far as for how much excitement is going down here. We have the 94 Troy Radford, who's gonna stay out. Made a mistake on pit road under the last caution. Now he's taking a gamble by not hitting pit road. AJ Rogers finds himself in second place by taking the same gamble, not coming down pit road. The first car on 2 fresh tires. That is the 99 of Justin Rigsby. Steve Baker in the 55 is the first car on 4 tires. And then everyone else behind Baker has 4 tires as well. We're looking at probably, if the lights go out this time, will be 27 laps to go when the green flag comes out. So it will be up to Radford and AJ Rogers to make these tires last. But the 99 of Rigsby, the 55 of Steve Baker, Rigsby has 2 fresh tires, Baker has 4. Be watching that 55 machine to be shot out of a cannon here going into turn 1. I would like to say that everyone can make it on fuel from here, so fuel not an issue. Does Troy have anything left in those tires? Can he hold off the 99 of Rigsby and Baker, who have fresher tires behind him? And Troy Radford hits on the throttle and wastes no time trying to open up a gap. AJ Rogers looks like he got caught napping. Justin Rigsby in the 99 down to the inside. He is going to try and battle with the 55 of Baker, but Baker has those 4 fresh tires, and we got a stack up behind everyone. The 3 of Chad Meadows in trouble here. We go to our our turn 3 instant replay. And let's figure out what happened to the 3 of Meadows. Meadows goes into turn 1. Bounces on the apron, collects the 8 of Doug Johnson, and that is going to bring out another caution. Johnson just had no idea that was about to happen to him in the 8. We go on aboard with the 8 of Johnson. So the 8 and the 3 sit on pit road trying to hammer out their damage. Well, the drivers are slowed once again. We have slowed for a total of 5 cautions here tonight. 20 laps served under yellow of the 175 so far. Have had 10 lead changes between 5 different drivers. Justin Rigsby holding on to leading the most laps. He has led for 64 laps. Troy Radford has led for 58 laps. Jeffrey Stiles led for 18. Tyler Hilton has led for 8. And Dustin German has led for 3 laps so far tonight. Well, guys, if you haven't done so yet, make sure you give this broadcast a thumbs up. It lets the drivers know how much you appreciate the show that they have put on for you here tonight at Iowa. It goes a long way for this league. The sponsors for this league, if you haven't done so yet, and you're looking to pick up some awesome racing swag, make sure you check out Vaportrailclothing.com. I've got a few shirts from there, and I absolutely enjoy and love the way those shirts look. Put on pretty much how a racer should feel. My favorite shirt is one that says Racing Forecast this weekend. Or I forget what it says. I messed it all up, so I'm not even going to try. But yeah, make sure you check out VaportrailClothing.com for some amazing racing gear. Awesome stuff if you're a fan of motorsports. But the lights have gone out on the pace car. Get ready to go green flag racing once again. Row number 1 stays unchanged. Troy Radford, AJ Rogers. But row 2 going to be swapped with Steve Baker in the 55 on the inside and Justin Rigsby on the outside. And Radford holds him up just a little bit. Baker read that restart very well. He's going to move into second place as AJ Rogers falls behind just a little bit, but Baker now in the 55 solidly into second place. And Steve Baker on 4 fresh tires has to try and track down the 94 of Troy Radford to win this thing. We're looking at 20 laps to go here at Iowa, the Field of Dreams. is going to be a dream for one driver winning this race. Dale Osmond going 3 wide here in the middle. Dustin Ping on the inside. Jeffrey Stiles on the outside. Spencer in the 21 trying to make it 4 wide. And the 21 slides in front of Dustin Ping. Now he's back into 3 wide. Eric Blount in the 6 has to lift a little bit as Spencer washed up to that high side. Now John Johnson in the 22 trying to make a move on the inside of the 6 of Blount. The 9 of Dustin Ping in front of Spencer. Matt Spinks in the 35 machine finding himself in 9th place. Dale Osmond in the 88 making a move to the inside of the 85 of Stiles. Meanwhile, Troy Radford holding on to the lead for the moment, but Steve Baker right there, not letting him get too far away. Dustin German in the 28, trying to make a move on the 17 of AJ Rogers, as we're going to have 15 laps to go this time by. And German slides up in front of Rogers, so put German into 4th place. Meanwhile, Dale Osmond still battling with the 35 of Stiles. That is a battle for 7th and 8th place. And this time, Dale Osmond with the run up off the corner, gonna take over 7th spot. Spinks in the 35 down to the inside. He's gonna slide up in front of Stiles. Stiles, though, not gonna let him have that spot without a battle, but here comes Christopher Spencer in the 21. He dives down to the inside. Now Spencer to the inside of Spinks. But Spinks with that good run up off of turn number 4. And Spinks is gonna hold on to 8th place for the moment. Spinks looks like he got in the wall a little bit there coming off of turn 2. That's going to allow Spencer to reel him in. And now Spencer closes up on the back bumper with a good run through 3 and 4. Meanwhile, at the front, Troy Radford in the 94, running the high line through 3 and 4. Trying to keep the 55 of Steve Baker at bay. Radford trying to win his 3rd race of the season. Baker in the 55 trying to hold on to his points lead. Came into tonight with a 7-point lead over Dale Osmond. As things stand right now, he will expand that lead over Osmond, but Troy Radford, who was in 3rd place, will close the gap to Baker. As I mentioned, with just 2 races left after this one, every point is beginning to matter. Meanwhile, we got a knot of cars back here. Tyler Hilton making a move to the inside of AJ Rogers. Hilton slides into 6th place. Spencer in the 21 trying to follow the 82. Rogers gonna stay up high. Gonna look like 3 wide coming up off of turn 2 as Spinks, Rogers, and Ping all battle for the spot. Tyler Hilton in the 82 machine in 6th place. 7th right now is Spencer, but AJ Rogers in 8th under heavy pressure from the 9 of Dustin Ping and the 35 of Spinks. And a huge shout out to my biggest fan, Randy Post. How you doing, Randy? Thanks for stopping by. But 5 laps to go for the 94 Troy Radford. Trying to hold on to some older tires than what the 55 of Steve Baker has. Baker, though, with a good run through 3 and 4, as it looked like Radford checked up a little bit for the 8 of Doug Johnson. That has allowed the 55 of Baker to close in on him with 4 laps to go. That is a very close battle for the lead. But Troy Radford staying on the outer lane, keeping the momentum up, not letting the 55 of Steve Baker pass him very easily, and now the 94 getting some breathing room. Baker in the 55, backing up a little bit, gonna try and mount a charge once again. 2 times around here at Iowa. Troy Radford trying to win here at Iowa, but Steve Baker wants to win just as bad as they flash across the start-finish line. White flag in the air. 1 to go, presented by Vaportrailclothing.com. And Troy Radford down the backstretch, stretches his lead a little bit. Steve Baker in the 55, right there if he bobbles. But Troy Radford in the 94, gonna cross the start-finish line as your race winner here in the Field of Dreams 175. And Troy Radford manages to hold on with some older tires. Steve Baker brings it home in 2nd place, and rounding out the podium will be the 28 of Dustin German. What a wild race we had here tonight at Iowa. Troy Radford comes away with the race win in the 94 machine. As we watch Radford celebrate the win, we're going to set up our post-race show. No one go anywhere. We'll be back to talk to our podium finishing drivers. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are here in our Turn 3 Racing Network post-race show. I've caught up with our race winner. Oh my goodness. Troy Radford in the 94 machine. How you doing out there tonight, Troy?
I'm pretty good, man. I tell you what, I know it's tough talk.
Well, Troy, it's it might be tough, but you pick up your 3rd win of the season here, so we should be well versed by now. 12 races total on the schedule. You have won 3 of them. How was your race out there tonight?
You know, honestly, it was a really fun race. We had some good long green flag runs, a couple of cautions there at the end, but nothing wild and crazy. So, you know, kudos to everybody out there for running as well as they did. Just great race out there. I got a very, very, very lucky. I got a speeding penalty when I did not go over 40 miles an hour, so I don't really feel like I should have got it. But either way, I got it. Everybody chose to pit. I only had 2 laps on my tires, so I decided to try to hold them off. So, great run out there, Steve, Dustin, Justin, Dale. Everybody. It was just a battle. I love Iowa. There's some phenomenal racing out here.
Well, the 94 comes home with the race win. After leading 82 laps here tonight, you take home that most laps led. Gonna gain some points on our points leader, the 55 is Steve Baker. But tell us about the call to stay out under that last caution.
Man, at that point, it was really, I had no other option. I mean, I could either sit there and try to toil away through the pack and hope I could get through, or try to make something happen. So, I was thinking, maybe get a good restart, slip back to 3rd and 4th, and I just kind of saw as the laps kept ticking by, I'm like, you're catching me, but it's not by much. So I'm like, if I don't give up that high side, I think we're going to be okay.
Well, you never gave up the high side, and you bring it home with the trophy here tonight in the Field of Dreams 175 at Iowa. Congratulations, man. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
First one, of course, big shout out to Vaportrail Clothing Company for being on board again for a 2nd season. They do some awesome stuff. So check it out, guys, at vaportrailclothing.com. They do, just some really great racing shirts, clothing, a whole line of stuff. Of course, National Kidney Foundation, Falcon Motorsports, as well as Evidence-Based Mommy. And as I always say, there is a hyphen.
All right, Troy, again, congratulations on your race win out there tonight.
Thank you.
Time to move on to our 2nd place finisher, and that is the 55 of Steve Baker. Steve, how you doing tonight, man?
Doing fine.
Well, you bring it home in 2nd place tonight, and that race was outstanding to watch for everyone out there. What were you seeing out there tonight?
Just at the high line was where it was at. I mean, the first 5 or so laps of a run, you could try and do a slide job or dive it underneath somebody if you could get up beside him, but really if you didn't give up the high lane, it was tough passing. So I felt like a lot of the track position was going to be gained or lost in the green flag pit stops, which unluckily we ended up getting cautions after most of them, so anything you gained kind of got reeled back in. But 2nd place with qualifying 7th, and there was a handful of guys I felt like were quicker than I was, so not too shabby or not too mad about a 2nd place here tonight, but definitely tired of finishing 2nd. I think that's like our 4th one of the season.
Well, Steve, that 55 machine doesn't look like it has a scrape on it. As far as for the racing here at Iowa, I know from a fan point of view, I thought it was outstanding. From a driver point of view, what was it like seeing cars, maybe 3 and potentially 4 wide?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was just the restarts were crazy because that's where you could gain on your spots. So people pretty much went for everything they could get, and it was a lot of hard racing, and like you said, 3 wide in some occasions, but I felt like most everybody I raced around me raced pretty clean, but still pretty hard. And yeah, I kind of actually looked forward to the end of the runs when it kind of single filed out and got the tires worn a bit, and that's where I felt like we were making some time. But yeah, those restarts were hectic.
All right, Steve, well, congratulations on the 2nd place. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, thanks to Dustin, my teammate out there tonight, 3rd place finisher, so glad to bring it home 2nd and 3rd, 2 of the podium spots. Congrats to Troy on the win. Thanks for turn 3 for the broadcast, and RFC, man, it's just a awesome place to race, and glad they keep putting it on week after week, and smoke show racing.
All right, Steve, well, congratulations on 2nd place out here tonight.
Thanks, Kara.
Time to move on now to our 3rd place finisher. That is Dustin German. Dustin, you got your ears on, or have you made it back from your bathroom break?
Yes, sir. I'm back. I'm ready. Ready to chat with you, brother.
Oh, thank goodness. Well, I can tell you eh, as someone who has been in that situation, completing a race with a full bladder, completely understand. But a little inside joke that I'm going to share with everyone. Guys, you don't understand. Anytime I have to interview Dustin, he's like, hey, can I go to the bathroom? Yes, Dustin, go to the bathroom. So with that being said, Dustin, tell us about your race out there tonight.
Yeah, just to elaborate on what you're saying. Yeah, I always finish with a full tank, but man, it's a good race overall for my team and for the league itself. Man, that was a fun race. Was it as fun to watch as it was to drive?
Man, I absolutely loved watching it here in Iowa. And I do got to say, it is one of my favorite tracks here on the iRacing service. And tonight did not disappoint me.
Man, I hope I did you proud. I know you're a dirt guy, and I threw as many slide jobs as I could tonight without getting rigged. And a few times I probably should have, but I just want to, give a shout out to everybody racing here tonight, man. It was a really, really fun race. So, the cautions didn't really fall my way like I needed them to, and I was better on the long run, but man, I can't complain to come on with a third place finish and starting in the back, and just fun working your way up through traffic, man.
Well, the 28 brings it home, third place here tonight. And you had kind of an up and down race. You got caught out. It seemed like maybe in that first caution as you made your pit stop. Then you came back down pit road. Tell us about all the events that went on out there that stand out in your mind.
Just having a lot of speed on, I want to say like 10 or 15 laps into a run. That's just really what we needed to get going. And once we got that 10 or 15 laps on the tires, man, it just really started flicking the lap times off, and I started catching people and was really able to just throw sliders and make them work, man. And it was really fun coming up to the front. And I don't want to do a short pit there, so I went in and kind of got messed up there a little bit with a caution, and then the next time the same thing happened. And I don't think it was really favored to anybody the way it turned out at the end as far as the cautions go and pit strategy, but the cream always rises to the top, man. And Troy, man, he put on a heck of a show. I think he led probably most laps, and he was fast. I just wish I could have started second to him or third to him on fresh tires and could have run out a whole run with him to see where I equaled, where I stacked up to him.
Well, Dustin, third place is where you end up tonight. A solid finish on the podium. Nice job there tonight. Any shout outs or thank yous you need to give?
Yeah, man, KR, I want to give a shout out to you, Turn 3 Racing Network. Come out here and put this thing on, and it's awesome for the league to have somebody broadcasting, and RFC, everybody that shows up every week, and these guys out here, they did a hell of a job tonight. Everybody drove their tail off and put on a really good show. I thought it was awesome. Maybe one of the best races of the season. SSR, my team, Smoke Show Racing, and SRTV on the hood, and Ford Mustang, baby.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the third place. Thank you for sticking around to give us this interview.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
That was Dustin German, our final podium finisher out there tonight. Well, guys, that was an amazing race as always here at Iowa. Can't say it enough. One of my favorite tracks on the service. And if you didn't see what was going on out there tonight, if that didn't get your heart racing, I don't know what more I can do. Tell you that racing and motorsports is just awesome in general. Nothing left but to go through our results here tonight. Troy Radford, your race winner. Coming home second will be Steve Baker, followed by Dustin German. Got to hear from all three of those drivers. Justin Rigsby bringing it home in fourth place. Dale Osmond in fifth. Tyler Hilton sixth. Seventh going to Christopher Spencer. Eighth, the 9 machine of Dustin Ping. AJ Rogers in ninth. 10th will be Matthew Spinks. John Johnson Bringing it home in 11th. 12th place going to the 57 of Damon Cox. 13th place, Eric Blount in the 6 machine. Doug Wysocki in the 45. Jeffrey Stiles finishing in 15th place. Doug Johnson ended up in 6th. 17th going to Mike Massengill. Chad Meadows finishing 18th. 19th going to Dylan Blankenship. 20th, Bobby Summers. 21st, Andy Lambert. 22nd, Ray Radford. And Ian Seitz in the 80 machine will finish 23rd here tonight. So thank you very much for joining me, guys. Don't forget, we're going to have 2 weeks off. One for Thanksgiving, one for week 13. I hope you all rejoin us when we kick things off. I believe that was December 10th. It is at Homestead. That is the penultimate race here in this 12 race season. Race 11 will be the Mission 22 135 at Homestead. Hope to see you all there. Thank you for joining me here tonight. I was your host, happy to bring you the race. So guys, if you haven't done so yet, please make sure you give the broadcast a thumbs up. Like I said, it goes a long way for this league and those who support the league. And until I see you next time, have a good night, guys.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.